What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Beyond Crazy video. So this morning, Tristan and I were out and about. Tristan got a nail in his rear tire. Yes, 3 weeks after only buying those tires, and the rear tire needs to be replaced. Now come to find out, on motorcycles, they don't repair motorcycle tires. Most shops, at least where we are, they're like, it's not worth the risk. So they don't replace them, they don't repair them, or I should say they don't repair them, they only replace them. So another $400 down, it happens. But while we were out waiting for the tire to get replaced, we were right by Asiana, which is an Asian market near us, and Tristan and I stopped in while we were waiting, and we decided, let's make some Korean beef stir fry. So let's get started.
Like Chris said, we're going to be doing a Korean stir fry with beef. It's going to be a super simple marinade. I picked up some gochujang from the local market here. It's going to be 2 tablespoons of this. Should have definitely opened the top of it before this, but I didn't. It's going to be equal parts gochujang, soy sauce, and then green onion here. Then it's going to be half a teaspoon of baking soda, and then we're going to use this cornstarch that we also picked up from the Asian market. Not honestly sure if there's any difference whatsoever, but we're going to use 2 tablespoons of this, or 2 teaspoons of this rather. Come after me in the comments. I'm not going to do it perfectly. I'm just going to do it. This is for our consumption, but I'll put the recipe down below. Mix. So we're not going to use any salt or any pepper or anything on this. Gochujang is naturally going to be very salty, so we're not going to want to add anything more to that. And then you'll notice inside the recipe guide on the bottom there's going to be dark soy sauce. That's not for this part. Make sure that you're using just the regular soy sauce for this half. We've got our marinade started over here. We just went ahead and also picked this up from the Asian market. Everything here was found at Mekong Marketplace over there on what is that, Dobson and Southern? Asiana Marketplace, I'm sorry.
Nice thin slices.
Nice thin slices. I'm just gonna go ahead and chop this boy off. Don't do that. Cool. These are thin as sliced. We're gonna put these directly into the marinade. I'm just gonna toss them through with my hands. So the recipe is going to be 1 exact steak for a ribeye cut. Or I'm sorry, it's gonna be an unexact for a 1 ribeye cut, but this will normally be enough for like 1 steak. You'll see how well this is coated here. It's got more than enough, but it's not soupy. If you look at the bottom, like we've picked up almost all of this off of it, and this is gonna set aside as is for 10 minutes, non-refrigerated, just sitting as it is. Do not forget, like I literally just did, this is an evaporated milk, or I'm sorry, a milk situation all over again. So I'm gonna go ahead and thinly slice these down. It's gonna be equal parts of this as well, like I was saying earlier, but I just didn't throw in. It was a test to see if anyone before was watching, or was listening rather. So I'm just gonna take these, just straight into them.
All right, while Tristan is washing his hands and getting ready, I am going to be making some black rice, and I'm super excited to try this. I don't think I've ever had black rice before. In our recent video where we were making salmon in California, we were trying to find black rice, but they didn't have it at the Walmart, but they did at the store we were at today. So, picked some up, and I'm super excited to try it. So, Uncle Roger would be upset with me. I don't know if you guys know who Uncle Roger is. He's another YouTuber personality. Anyways, he's always talking about you have to have a good rice cooker. I don't have a rice cooker currently. I used to cook rice continuously in my Instapot pressure cooker, but now I have a very large one, and I'd be making rice for about 80 people, and that I don't need that much. So I'm just gonna use a handy dandy pan, and I think we need, let's go 3 cups of rice.
Wait, just kidding, go.
Did you catch that?
Yeah.
1 cup. It came out fast, guys. I couldn't help it. 2 cups and 3 cups. All right, so I've recently come across a methodology of how much water do you need, right? So rice is always like, oh, you need 2 cups of rice to 1 cup, or 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. What I found is that you flatten out your rice, and then when you fill it, you want to fill it so that it's to your first knuckle on top. That is the perfect amount of rice. This rice is being deceiving. It's actually floating on top. I think that's enough. That's crazy. It like floated.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird. Okay,
I don't
so
think
that's
it floated.
better.
I think you were.
No, it was floating. I promise it was floating. All right, so it's up to my first knuckle. We should be good.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got the marinade already made off. We got the rice working over here. So we're gonna work on the actual stir fry sauce. So, oyster sauce.
Oyster sauce.
3 tablespoons. Just doing approximates here, guys. 3 tablespoons beef broth. We're gonna go with 2 tablespoons soy. And then we're gonna come in here with some of the, now we're on the dark soy sauce, and we're gonna do half a teaspoon. So we're gonna have done the half tablespoon of the dark soy, and then we're gonna do 2 teaspoons, or I'm sorry, half teaspoon of the dark soy. Don't use tablespoons, it's gonna be too much. So we're gonna come in with 2 of sugar, and then surprise, surprise, guys, white vinegar. Exactly 2. Give this a little mixy. So we're gonna go ahead and instead of cleaning these carrots or anything, I'm just gonna peel them. They're going to get shredded down here. So I'm just gonna come take off the edges here. It's gonna be half a cup of shredded carrot. You can buy the little baggies of them and everything. I was just feeling, let's say in the spirits, just because we were inside and I just saw a bunch of good stuff, so. Honestly, it seems like 1 carrot was definitely enough, so that's gonna make a great treat. So we've got a couple of veggies that are gonna be thrown in here. Green onions are included, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll these as tight as I can, cutting it at 45, and then I'm just gonna start. Don't worry about the ends, because they're always gonna look jacked up. That'll be a nice like ribbon top finish for them. We're also gonna go ahead and cut up some of these beautiful Fresno peppers. They're gonna add a bit of flavor, but I will say, they are very spicy if you've never had a Fresno before. So when I'm cutting these, I'm gonna cut it that line by, so that 45, but as soon as I get to this point, this is my last piece. I'm only gonna leave like 1 sliver of each one that's got the actual seed in it, otherwise it's gonna be way spicy. I'm actually gonna throw them in with the carrots because the carrots are gonna go in very close to the end. Otherwise the carrots are gonna turn really mushy. We still want them to have a little bit of consistency, so that's gonna be finished off with the sesame at the same time as the finishing sauce, the sesame and the sesame seed. Awesome, we're gonna go ahead and clean 1 large sweet onion as well. Just slicing the top, bottoms, taking off one of these layers, just make it easy, quick for us. I'm gonna do ribbons because I want to, and because I think it's gonna look the best in this. So I'm gonna do this way. I'm gonna core out, I'll take 3 actually. So I'm gonna take out 3 of these. I'm gonna go ahead and chop that in half. And then that gives me the ability to kind of flatten this out a lot better, have a lot more control over what I'm actually cutting. And then I'm gonna come in, every time I'm hitting the bottom here, I'm making sure to turn it to where I'm actually holding it up to where it's, the only part that's actually flat on the entire onion is where the blade's coming down. And this is gonna give you the ability to make them to where you don't get all those weird, inconsistent pieces at the end. They're all gonna come out these nice, uniform pieces. This cut's called a julienne. Some people might say matchsticks for onions as well. That's something you'll hear. But take your time, like actually open up the onion. Don't try to just like shave off the side. I will say, I know a nifty little trick if you are trying to shave off the side and save a couple seconds, use a speed peeler and literally just poke a fork in it, just shave it back and forth. But if you're not doing that and you care about what your onions look like, take the time, peel back a couple layers, you know, Shrek.
Onions have layers.
Rice is coming along.
We are just about at that point. We're gonna get a couple of cloves of garlic ready. Recipe in there said 3. I'm gonna use 4 because I like garlic and this is our food, so.
I concur, I like garlic. Please add 1 extra for me.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just take these out. Seeing as how we are gonna be slicing them down, I am gonna take the time to take off the tops of these. Normally I don't really care. Seeing as how we are just gonna cook off the entire thing, might as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just make longer slices, to be honest with you. I'm not looking for anything crazy, just looking to bring down the mass here. And just keep turning it to where it's on the biggest side of it too. So if you get down to like the end, like right here, just turn it, like right here. It's like a little weird, just turn it. Same thing goes for onions. You can get like almost all of the onion out of it.
Onions in this trash are burning my eyes.
Now that we have everything ready, there's actually a process. So anytime you're getting everything ready like this, it's actually the best way to cook. A lot of people like cooking this way, separating everything out, getting everything out like this. It's called mise en place, which is the actual name for it. It's the reason that restaurants are able to push out so much food. They usually have the opportunity to prep everything, have a couple hours before service, make make and perfect everything they're gonna do for the night, and then they keep everything on a steam table until it's ready to actually get warmed up to be prepared. I really like cooking that way. It's gonna be the best way, and we're gonna start trying to move closer into this kind of cooking style for you guys so that you guys are able to go along with us if you want, or watch it and see how it's actually going to be made rather than just watching a bunch of cuts of us just doing a bunch of stuff. Awesome, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn on our wok. It's gonna be over the highest heat that we can possibly get it right now. I will say this has been seasoned inside the past. Kraz just informed me that it might not be seasoned the best. I will say I'm not gonna go through an entire seasoning thing. I'd love to put out a video and do all of that with you guys. If that's something you guys are interested, if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know in the comments and we can get down to it. But I'm gonna do the restaurant special right now, which is literally just wiping the inside of it with a paper towel with oil, because this has been seasoned before, it's just not seasoned now. That's what I'm gonna do to it. I'm gonna blast that heat as high as it absolutely goes to. It is just about that time now. I'm gonna come in here with vegetable oil, not olive oil, not canola oil, not avocado, anything, literally vegetable oil, guys. Like, it's the cheapest oil. I know it's not the healthiest, but it's the best. So I've got about three tablespoons, maybe a little bit less than that. I'm gonna say about 3. I'm gonna come in here and go in. It's gonna cook fast, guys. This is the onions as well as our garlic. We're gonna just go ahead and toss this back and forth. This is only gonna cook off for about 30, 45 seconds here, just to get us some, just to get us a little bit of tenderness in those. You can see these are fully coated. There's absolutely no oil at the bottom, so I'm gonna take the time to add in an extra ½ tablespoon. Cool. I know you guys can't smell this through the video, but it's super aromatic. It's starting to smell super good. I'm gonna come in here with this right over the top of it. So now you can hear, or you can't hear it, it's the sizzle. You hear the sizzle as you add stuff, it's gonna start depleting. You want that sizzle pretty hot when you add your sauce again. So I'm gonna continue to move things around, maybe not at the same pace as I was before. So I'm gonna let that heat build up. Cool. After adding the sauce, okay, we're only gonna be cooking this for about 90 seconds. After that, I'm gonna let it come up. We're not stewing it. We don't want the meat to stew. The meat's really tender right now. Let's keep it that way. So let's continue to move it around. You'll see this is reducing a tiny bit here. So it's getting a little more of that saucy, less soupy, more saucy. Awesome, that's looking beautiful, guys. Off camera, I went ahead, I'm gonna bring the heat up on this. Off camera, I went ahead and separated out ½ a cup of the kimchi. I will not lie, I didn't make this kimchi, but this is my favorite store brand. I'm not gonna butcher the name of it, I'm just gonna show you guys the container. I've had a lot of brands. This is the one, 0 affiliation, literally paid full price for the thing, the whole 9, but this is the good stuff. It's like $4.50 at our local Asiana, but it's fantastic. It's literally just as good as anything homemade I've ever tasted. So I separated out about ½ cup of that. This has been coming up to temp. You can see this is nice and ready for us. Cool, this is looking nice and saucy. I'm gonna toss in this ½ cup kimchi. I'm gonna go ahead and just mix that through. We're not looking to cook the kimchi, we're just looking for that flavor, and we're looking to warm it up a bit. That only took about 15, 20 seconds to bring that up to temp. Now I'm gonna come in with the green onion. I'm gonna leave a couple for the top. Kill my heat, and I'm gonna separate it out. And that is it.
I believe our rice is done. Rice looks good. No moisture left. It does look really good. All right, it's time to try.
What is this?
This is
That looks amazing.
Korean beef stir fry. Thank you. I was like, I couldn't come with I'm so hungry, guys. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon. I haven't eaten all day. So my bad. I know.
Those looked like blackberries when I saw them, but it's black rice. I've never seen that before. I'm so excited to try this. The flavor on the meat is like so good.
And it's still nice and tender, so he didn't improperly cook it. I love it.
It's really tender.
Oh, that is, oh my goodness.
Okay, black rice is interesting.
It's definitely different, but
It's a different texture than regular rice. I gotta do just the rice. Hold on.
interesting.
I don't know how I feel about it. It's just different. I guess it's just different. But I love the flavors and I love all this together. Like, I would give this 9.5.
I got some Fresno pepper on that one. See how hot it is? I was worried. I was worried it'd be too hot for me. That's delicious. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. That's
Same.
delicious.
They both gave it a 9.5. It's a 10 in my heart.
Well, I can't give 10s anymore because then you give me crap. So now I give 9.5.
I'm gonna start giving them 9.9s.
9.99. This was amazing. I'm gonna have more.
I thought it was amazing. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Make sure you to like, subscribe, follow whichever platform you're on. We really appreciate it and it helps us out. We love you guys and let us know in the comments what would you like to see us cook next time. We'll catch you guys in the next one.